Okay guys, we're going to try and work on the moon. This is how they came. It's awful. I'm not going to demonstrate it again because I've been doing this for a long time and my fingers hurt. But I'm going to show you what I did in the result. If anybody knows a better way, please do let me know. I think this looks a whole lot better than the one I just showed you. It's still not perfect, but it did clean up pretty good. And this is what I used. I scrubbed the crap out of this. And it left a big mess everywhere, and I'm a big mess. And then I wiped it down with an alcohol pad. So now, in a nutshell, this is what I've done. And I've taken notes so that I don't forget. I measured around the circumference of my moon, and I came with about 45 inches, and that really wasn't too loose. The mistake that I made before was on this one. I'm not done with this. I will do a tutorial on this because now I know what I did wrong. I went around it twice, and twice was not enough because one, say 45 inches, is just to put your beads around your entire piece. And then to wrap it around, you're not just using one, you're using two because you're going over and under, over and under. So now, instead of doubling my 45 inches, I've tripled it. So I've cut my wire to be 135 inches long. The mistake that I made before was I started up here with the slip knot and I ran out in the halfway point. So instead of doing that, because it is exactly 3 times more than what I need, I'm going to start right in the middle, right here. And I am going to put a slip knot right there. I don't want to start at the top because this is too long for me to work with, even in half. So what I'm going to do, after I get the slip knot on, I'm going to tie half of it off with a zip tie. So let me get this on and then I'll be back. Now that I have my slip knot on, I'm going to work down. So I'm going to take this part here and I'm going to just find the end like this. And guys, it's not going to be easy, but it will be worth it. So I'm just going to wrap this around my fingers like this. If you've ever worked with yarn, you know what it's like to wrap it around your fingers like this. I just don't want to lose track of this end right here. Oh my goodness, I hope you hear that. That's Miss Abby eating silently. She's eating soft food. Shaking the bowl around. Okay, so this is what you do. If you get a little one of these, don't do that. Take it off. And it's going to happen. Just do your best to work with it. And once you get it all together like this, ooh, we have a good one. Let's get rid of that. I will come back with my plastic tip pliers if I come across any kinks as I go. And if you watch right here, you just grab this and slide it gently over it, and that will smooth it right out. And it won't break your wire. Just a little tip. They are in my Amazon links playlist with all my tools. So if you have a minute, check out those links because I did it in a way for you to be able to find everything that I use. Right now that I have that there, I want it to stay there. So, because it has to be out of my way. I'm not going to be going in that direction. So I'm just going to put this zip tie on there and then give it a little clip Okay, maybe not. This is what happens when you ruin your clippers by using it on heavy, heavy wire. That's why I can't use these anymore. I do have new ones. Alright, so now that that's out of the way, what we do next is the same thing with this real long piece. Just keep wrapping it around my hand until I have a nice amount left out, because keep in mind, I did it from the wrong end. Okay, we're going to cancel that. What we have to do first, let's share the mistake so that you don't do what I just did. You have to put your beads on first, a whole bunch of them, because you want to be able to come down at least, because this is only going to be able to go about halfway. So you want to put on a whole big bunch of beads. The beads that I'm going to use are, they're lost. They're 4mm bicones. They're clear. And I'm just going to bead this up as much as I can, and let's see. Now let's just put on a whole big bunch. Oops. So now I'm back, and we're doing it the right way. I put on enough bicones to get me about to the bottom part of the moon, which that is enough for me for now. And what I'm going to do is find the end where I attached a bicone, just because I don't want my beads to come off. And with loose fingers, I'm just going to wrap all of this around my hand like this. Try to keep it as nice as I can. Okay, that was what I was going to think of anyway, but that's all right. Right, so now I'm going to start at the bottom. It's not what I wanted to do, but it looks like I have no choice. Alright, so we're going to start at the bottom. I'm going to put my bicone right on the end, and then I'm going to take all these little wires that I just undid. I'm going to pass it over like that. Slide that bicone up. I want to go right underneath it like that. Again, pass my wires through. I wanted to go in the opposite direction, but I would have to use this wire, and I don't think that that would be my best bet right now. So I'm learning, guys. If it doesn't work, at least you know what not to do. Unless I totally give up on this damn moon. Okay, so I'm just going to keep doing that. I'm going to slide one up. Bring my wires through. Why does everything look easier until you try to do it? It's the way it is. Like that. This is not what I wanted to do. What I wanted to do was start up here and wrap them around, but sliding them down. And that's what I'm going to do. I can't change up what I was going to do. Let me get this undone. Okay. So what I did, I left. I still have the bicone that I put on the end, and then a whole bunch to work my way down. So what I'm going to do is drop a bicone like that, slide the rest down, and bring them through. And we're going to do this the whole way. You don't have to bring it through every pass because it's going to get noisy. And this wire is very, very long. And yes, it's going to be very noisy. So, again, I'm going to do this all the way. Drop a bicone, however close or far apart you want them. I have tried 5 different ways, and right now, this is the only one I'm having patience for. And that's limited. Okay, so now, I did want them a little bit closer than that, but I'll take what I can get. And I am still holding my work. That's why I made it 3 times around, because going through this one time is at least double. So we still may or may not have enough, I don't know. If we don't, we'll fix it. But I'm not starting over again. I've already done that too many times. But I want to show you how I figured it out for something this big. And this is what I'm doing. I'm going to bring another one up. Drop that. And the wires through. Another one up. Drop a bicone. And wrap it around. Bring it up. Drop a bicone. And I'm going to untwist. I'm not untwisting, I'm untangling. And I am going to wrap this around my hand loosely. But I have to leave enough slack so that they can slide on the wire. Otherwise, I'm not going to be able to wrap it around. Here we go. Let's see if that makes it easier. So bring it, we still have one on the top. I'm still kind of supporting it. Drop one. That helped. Bring it around. Drop another one. Like that. Bring it around. Don't forget to, there we go. It is tricky, not gonna lie. Just like that. And there's no way for me to stop that noise. I apologize. I'm just doing my best to show you what to do. That. Just gonna pick the whole bunch up. Hope I don't get too many kinks. Like that. Just trying to keep them kind of even and tight. Take a few more. Bring this up. Put your bicone on the top like that. Pass that through. Hang on to it. Adjust them as you go. You can make them as tight or as loose as you'd like. I wanted them a little tight, but not too tight, so I'm going to stick with that. Like I said, you can adjust them as you go. And bring up another one. Pass that over. Okay. Oh my goodness. Still didn't let go. Bring that however you want to manage it. I'm still holding on to previous beads. Put that one on top. Hold on to that one. And bring all this over. Again. Don't want to wrap without, you want to keep the pattern. So if you didn't see one, drop one. Not two. Still 2 want to go. Slide that down. Around, so you get the idea, the general idea, as I lose my voice more and more. Sorry guys. I'm trying to keep these together easy enough so that I can pass them through. And have enough control over them that I can still move them if need be. After I get them all on, I can always come back and drop a tiny bit of glue. I've done that on, on the outside of a hoop. Actually on the fall moon, the tree life with the moon, in the 5.5 inch hoop. Check the videos, it's also in a playlist. And we're just going to keep going at this pace for as long as we can. And we don't have one there, so we're going to pass it back up. If your thumb doesn't do that, you're not working hard enough. If it doesn't hurt, no pain, no gain. I'm only joking. My thumb does hurt. I'm squeezing really hard on these beads. You probably don't have to. I just don't want them to go until I say. Then they have to stay. tried to organize these wires just a tiny bit. It didn't help much. But anyway, we're still doing the same thing. Bring that wire up. Drop your bicone right on top, like that. Hold on to it. And then continue on. Oops, don't lose that bicone. If you have a space that you don't want, on the hoop I did have a space in between each. On this one, I do not want a space in between each. So just drop the bicone there. I don't know how far this is going to bring me, but I'll stay with you for another minute or so. And then I'll continue on until I run out of wire. And then I'll come back, and that will be part one. Again, as you see, I don't let go. Drop the bicone, and then slide your finger up one. And I'm getting all twisted up, so after this one, I am going to end it for now, and I'll pick it back up once I untangle. Okay, well, this is unexpected. I still have, I believe, enough to get from here to where I started, right there. And I think the reason is because I'm not going as close as I did on the first little moon. These have a bigger space, but I think it looks just as pretty. So I'm going to bead this wire back up, and then I'll be back. Okay, this is definitely a surprise. So what I'm going to do now, I am going to take this tie off. Try not to cut the wires. Here we go. And the reason for that is I will make it all the way to here without a problem. So let's do that. And let's see. So I started off with 135 inches, and then I cut it, I folded it in half, and I still have half left, which is a good thing, because that gives me more options without having to add more wire. I'm just going to keep dropping my bicones. Definitely, I will call this part one. And even though, let's see, it's been 24 minutes, I've been working on this for a long time. As you can see, there was no reason for you to watch this whole entire process, because it's pretty self-explanatory. And if you didn't follow, I suggest you re-watch it. Okay, I'm going to pause, reload my wire with a few beads, and then we'll finish part one. Okay. Still doing the same thing. Laying my wire up. I do not have it bent at the end. It's not a good idea, so I'm going to do that right now, just so that I don't lose my bicones again, as I did earlier. So this has been not extremely easy, but it could have been worse, I guess. It came out pretty. And I still have a lot of wire left, half of it. The only thing I don't know yet, if I want to undo that or just, I think I'll just leave it. I was going to try and straighten this out and pass it through the hoop of this slip knot, but you know what? We're going to leave well enough alone. I think I'll just drop a bicone there and go right over it. And then later on, if my plan doesn't work out, then I can come back and just clip the little loop of this second piece of wire that I did not use yet. Okay, so we're going to end it here. Slide off the ones I didn't use. I don't know if I want to cut that or not. I think I will not cut it. So the way I'm going to end it, I'm going to wrap this around my loop, around my hoop, like that. It is pretty long. Now, I'm just going to see if I can go back through this bicone, or even the next one. Let's try the next one. I should be able to do it. There we go. Oh, I broke it. I guess I couldn't go through. That's okay. It's a good thing we can move this wire, because now what we have to do is drop that bicone right there. Let me just bring these back up, because now I have a wire right here without a bead. And the way I'm going to fix that is the only way I know how. I'm going to smash it. I don't want to break it. I just want to close it like that and drop that bicone where the slip knot is, and then bring it up. I'm stuck. There we go. Let's pick up another bicone. Isn't it nice to know that I couldn't go through that twice? Okay, so I'm going to bring this all the way over where, see whether I broke that right here. I don't know if you can see that, guys. See this piece of wire right here? I'm glad I didn't break the wire. I only broke the bead by trying to pass through it twice with 22 gauge wire. I should have known better. It only goes through a 6mm. Alright, so now that we did that, and I learned a lesson, don't do it. Don't go through it twice. It's not going to happen for you. It didn't happen for me. It's not going to work. Instead, what I'm going to do is just take this wire and the one that I kind of broke. Do I want to go through that, or is that going to bring it out too much? It'll accentuate it, I think. I am going to just pass this wire beneath the bicones so that they are in between bicones and wire. See? I should have done that the first time. But now you know, don't do that. Okay. I just saw something light up on my phone where I'm recording, and I don't know why or what. I don't know if that's going to show up, but well, if it does, it does. I don't know what it was. This is not an inoperable phone. But anyway, so now this wire that I'm not going to cut because it is plenty long, in case I do need it, is now on the underside, and I will be working on the underside of my hoop with this wire, and we'll be going in the opposite direction. So there you have it, my friends. We still have enough wire, and then we still have half left. So that worked out to my advantage, and we even learned a couple of lessons. Don't go through the bicone twice, and if you break a bead and you don't break the wire, you're good. Just take your wire and run it underneath some of these wires in here. Let me get real close in your face so you can see it. See what I did? This is where I came out from. And right here, it's not perfect, but you know what? It's good enough for me. Nobody else will notice it except for me and you. And with that, we're going to call this part 1 done. Until next time, guys, we have more to do on this beautiful, big moon. Bye.